Welcome to the Queer Talk Show.
We are queer and we are here.
Absolutely. Queer as can be. And my name is Justin Gerhardt, if you didn't know that already.
And I'm Eddie Fritz. So what are we talking about today?
Well, this week we're actually featuring a conversation that we had with our friend Lucio, who's been on the Queer Talk Show many times. You'll know him from his moments with Lucio. And we talked with him about loneliness and just the struggle of what it means to be lonely and how you combat that and work with that. And it was a very powerful conversation.
Yeah, and it actually was not meant to be a queer conversation. We were going to feature on this week's episode of the talk show, we were going to talk about loneliness. You and I were going to talk about loneliness, and then Lucia was going to do a moment about loneliness. And we discovered that it's a very big subject, and we had a lot to say about it. And so we decided to turn it into a queer conversation. And so what we're going to do on the show is basically just show you all a teaser of what that conversation was and is, and hopefully you will go and watch it. So here it is. I think loneliness is a created state. You know, we create it.
Interesting. Explain how so. Like the state of being lonely is something that you manifest yourself.
Yeah, because I think if you're happy with yourself,
Uh-huh.
if you have joy for life, I don't know how you can be lonely.
I think that there's this idea that if you're with people, you're never going to be lonely. And so people try to fill their lives with a lot of people so that they're not lonely. You can still feel lonely even when you're with other people.
To feel lonely is a tough feeling, and there are many people out there who are lonely.
Do you think that it's also because people aren't their own best friend? Like they don't treat themselves the way they would treat their best friend or their family. And so when they're alone, it's actually not a fun place to be because the voice in their head is on a loop and is very loud and obnoxious and hard on them. And they don't know they have the ability to change that. And so when they're distracted by being with people or watching movies or whatever, they don't have to hear that voice.
How would you describe loneliness?
To me, loneliness is the absence to acknowledge the self. Yes. Loneliness is the byproduct to which the story you're telling. When I feel loneliness and I feel lonely and maybe I'm seeking or searching or desiring or wanting, what I am actively doing is not loving or turning to myself as in I'm my companion right now, but I'm feeling unloved, without attention. I'm feeling bored. I'm feeling frustrated. So I feel that a conversation with someone on a dating app or someone that I reach out to will make me feel better. And that feeling of loneliness is then brought by the suffice of feeling seen or heard or valued by another entity other than myself. Now, the difference is this: feeling lonely and that loneliness and going, wait a second, if I'm with spirit, I'm not lonely. Maybe I feel lonely, but my ego and arrogance is telling me, but I am alone. The difficult thing is being able to give yourself that opportunity to say, in this moment of my loneliness, where can I turn to myself and gift myself with those things and realize I'm really maybe feeling this thing because the story I'm telling myself is I'm alone, I'm lonely, no one loves me, I need a partner, I want someone to acknowledge me, being alone is too difficult, I don't feel like I'm enough, and I really need this person to see me, and only if I had the love of my life, I'd be complete. It's the story that we get so entranced by. What's important is feeling loneliness to then be the one to get yourself out of that loneliness.
The bottom line is it's up to us individually. You can control the story that you tell.
Yes.
And that is a beautiful thing.
We hope you enjoyed that little clip. We will put a link to the full episode in the description. It was a fantastic and powerful conversation. And one of the things we also want to leave you with today is another tool, which could be something you use when you feel lonely, which is Eddie's affirmation.
Mm-hmm. So we were trying to think of, or I was trying to think of what would fit in with the whole topic of loneliness. And one of the things is, acceptance, accepting ourselves, and that we are good enough, that we are worthy. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. And then when you inhale, you're going to mentally say the words, I accept what is. And on your exhale, you're going to say, I am enough. So let's try that. So inhale, I accept what is. And as you exhale, I am enough. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, I accept what is. And as you exhale, I am enough. Okay, so just repeat that, for as long as you have, a minute, 2 minutes. And when you do it, you just really want to feel it. Don't just say the words. Really feel what that feels like. And if it brings up some emotion, let the emotion come up. Let the feelings come out. If it makes you cry, cry. Just let it out, whatever it is you're feeling. And you repeat that, over and over again, and even do it every day. And you know what? It's a good start to helping with those feelings of loneliness. That's it for this week's show. It was a quickie, but very powerful. And,
absolutely.
Justin, you want to thank our sponsor?
Of course. Thank you, Jed North, right here, for sponsoring the talk show and providing us these wonderful shirts to wear. Go to jednorth.com and use our Queer Network promo code in order to get 20% off.
Thank you all for watching. Again, as we always say, we are blessed to have you as our audience. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the Queer Network. And as always, Justin,
just keep it queer. Just keep it fucking queer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.